As there are different points of view about some passages of the Bible, I'm going to give you mine concerning angels or men who are the sons of God. First, I want to encourage you to buy the interlinear Hebrew English and Greek English New Covenant. You will discover many hidden pearls. Now, in the Bible, the beings called sons of God are directly created or begotten by God without any human intervention. Thus, the created archangels and angels are called sons of God. Read Job 1 verse 6, Job 38 verse 7, Psalm 89 verse 6, for example. Adam is called son of God in Luke 3:38 genealogy because he is the first human directly created by God. Every born again in the Spirit is also a son of God because the Holy Spirit comes directly from God. See John 10:34, Luke 20:36, Matthew 5:9, Psalm 29:1 in the proper Hebrew translation. Not in the King James. It's not really the real translation. Melchizedek at the time was surely one of the best examples or symbol of these men. Jesus is the only one who at the same time is called Son of God because he was begotten by God, not created, and Son of Man because his body was shaped through a woman. This is the reason why in the Gospels Jesus calls himself both names. Read Matthew 27:43, Luke 22:70, John 5:25, and John 9:35. You will find both. Now, this meaning established, let us read Genesis 6 verse 2, the verse which says, "The sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took them wives of all which they chose." You will find many comments about this passage, and some people decided that these sons of God can only be angels. But following this event, look at the following verse. God gets very angry. Against who? Against human beings. See, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for he is only flesh, and his days will be 120 years. Is God unfair? No. These sons of God are really men, and for us not to doubt about that, God mentioned that they were flesh. And Jesus confirmed it when he said that angels do not marry. This is quoted in 3 Gospels in order to stress that in Matthew 22:39, Mark 12:24, and Luke 20:34. So, who really were the daughters of men who married the sons of God? Human beings too, but remarkably beautiful. Where is in the Bible can we read about very pretty women at the time? In the Cain's descent, the names of Lamech's wives are mentioned, Ada and Sia. As by chance, Ada means beauty, pleasure, ornament. On top of that, Cain's descent had very appreciable human qualities. Not only that, but they were brass and iron craftsmen and musicians. However, these people did not live in the presence of God. Cain himself acknowledged that in Genesis 4:13 and 14 when he said, "You cast me out of Eden land, and from thy face shall I be hid." Cain's people were living in east of Eden in the desert land of Nod. Because in Eden after the fall and driven away from the garden, people were still in the presence of God. As a matter of fact, Adam was son of God, created directly by God, and Luke 3:38 confirms it. He begot his son Seth after his image, and so on, along his blessed descent. So they were the famous sons of God, made still in God's image. At a certain time, they coveted the beautiful daughters of Cain's descent, and went away to fetch them. This is the reason why God got so angry with men. If they had been angels, he would have mentioned them in his wrath. He noticed that the sons of Seth had left their blessed position to a cursed place in order to mix with the daughters of Cain. As a result, their descendants became so wicked, perverted, physically and morally, and so violent that they had to shorten the length of human's life. He had to shorten the length of human's life to 120 years, and even decided to destroy the whole earth with a global disaster. He preserved the only person who loved him, and left his family in order to repopulate the earth once again. I'm speaking about Noah, of course. Well, I hope this point of view was shed some light on some difficult parts, not so easy to understand. Thank you for listening. Take care.